a challenge. The challenge is, for one, getting people of color to want to play and to not only just play just to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw him out there and see if he likes it at 13 years old, but having it be part of the fabric of our community in the same way that basketball is, and even football is now, because of travel football. But that, and to Book's point, just filling the gap. I was a kid who there were no, and I was on at the beginning of like select baseball developing and becoming what it is now, in the early to mid 90s. But just the access, it's
Mhm.
a the access is really it's really a thing. It's tough to do. So the challenge was the resources, the whether that's players or the financial resources to make it happen.
Mhm. Ken, let me add too, just off of that, because I talked about how, then we had players that were passionate, right? They loved the game of baseball.
Hmm.
That's all they wanted to be around. Well, in today's day and age, the challenge is that we just don't have kids that are passionate about baseball like that,
Yeah,
right? That
yeah,
really has a drive that wants to play the game. Now, we'll get a few of them sprinkled in there, but to get an entire team or to get a collective
yeah,
group, very hard, right? And so a
yeah.
lot of that is because of, the desire for football and and just emerging sports. It ain't even just about football and basketball. It's the lacrosse. It's these sports that soccer now
Yeah,
has kind of become a
yeah.
lot more prevalent in our
Conflicting
communities.
interests. Yeah,
And so it's how do we continue to really fuel the passion that we once had, right? That African Americans had in
right.
baseball, and to really build that back up.
Yeah, and I don't want to prolong this, but some of that is we live in such a um, specialized era in sports. Like when I was growing up, guys played everything. You played baseball, basketball, football. You did it all. And now coaches and programs are even telling families that they need to commit to this thing super early. So, some of the challenges are definitely, definitely what Book said, but they vary, and they've developed over the years for sure.
I know. Here's a final challenge: failure.
Yeah,
We don't want to fail,
yeah,
right? Baseball is a game of
yeah.
failure, and so if I'm not okay with failing, it's not meant for me,
Regularly,
right? I'm not.
more
Yeah,
often than not.
and you have a generation that's not cut with
Mm,
the ability to fail, right? It's like one strikeout, I'm done. Like
yeah,
I quit, right? Or I may get, even if I get hit by a ball, right? That's considered almost like a failure. It's like, well, it's just a hit, right? Now, granted, it may hurt. Don't get me wrong.
right,
it, it'll hurt,
right, for real.
but you can still get back out